Hi, this is Handy Doctor. We all have a lot of electronics at home, and some of them use battery. And some of them use a ton of battery without a battery all the time. For example, this little body weight scale. For some reasons, it's just a battery hogger. My family member like to use it because it's actually a rather good scale. But they keep saying, we need battery, we need AAA battery. It does use 2 AAA battery. Daddy, bring me some AAA battery. Until one day I was sick of it. Say, hey, you know what? Let me convert it to AC power. So today I'm going to show you how to do that. Some of the basic principle. And of course, during the process, I will show you the equipment that you need. But let's look at it first, okay? So this is again a body weight scale. You need to stand on it. Of course, I use my hands to elevate it. And now let's put 2 dumbbell onto them. Well, it's 17 pounds. Supposedly it's 8 and 8 should be 16. I do not know which one is not accurate, but it's close enough. So I in fact converted this one several years ago. For the purpose of today's video, I in fact take everything apart and show you from the beginning. Hey, just because of that effort, shouldn't you please subscribe to my channel? Thank you very much. So here is the battery compartment. Well, it's battery power. Obviously, it will have one. We can take it out and you see 2 AAA battery. Let's take the battery out, okay? And I did not lie to you. You see the solder out here. I actually take them out just now. First thing first, you need to find out how the battery are connected with each other. When there is one, that's easy. You know, AAA battery, AA battery, or even C or D, they're all 1.5 volts. But when you have 2, what's the relationship? Well, most of them are in series, meaning that the total voltage would be, the sum of all those batteries. In this case, would be 3 volts. But you need to find it out first. How do we find out? Well, if it is in series, 1 positive and 1 negative. Okay, so negative, positive should be connected with each other. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's actually one metal piece. One way to find out for sure though is use a multimeter. And here is a multimeter that I have. You go to ohms. Okay, go to 2000 ohms, which is pretty high, but that's okay for this purpose. So make sure it can go to 0. And now you want to put the 2 terminal onto each side, and you see it go to something like 2 ohms or even 1. So you know these 2 are connected with each other. That means the voltage across this negative and that positive is going to be 3 volts when the batteries are in, and we can again confirm that if we want. So we'll put the 2 battery on, and now we will go to 20 volts on my multimeter. So obviously you need a multimeter, and we're going to measure the voltage across 3.03 volts, very, very close to 3 volts. So you know how they're connecting now. What you of course need to have is a AC adapter. And here's the one that I already used for a couple of years. And you want to connect the wire onto it, and then pretty much it is done, right? Of course, you probably need to get one that is closer to 3 volts, isn't it? It doesn't have to be exactly 3 volts, but probably as close as possible. But sometimes you may get surprised. Okay, I have AC adapter, and you can all look at them and see the voltage. This one, the font are very small, you probably couldn't see them. I have some that supposedly are 3 volts, but when I measure them, they are way bigger than 3 volts, or you get the idea, the voltage are the same. So usually, no matter what, you want to confront it. Now, on the flip side though, if the voltage is a lot different than what it's supposed to be, it doesn't mean that it will not work. In fact, I couldn't find one 3 volts AC adapter. This is supposedly a 5 volts one, and let me show you. I'm going to plug it in onto my wall socket and let me show you the voltage. So I have my voltmeter again. So multimeter is obviously very important, and we're going to do it 20 volts. I'm going to do it this way. Hopefully you can see in the video. Okay. And this is also a good time to figure out which one is the positive, which one is the negative terminal. I already know it because I use it. So you see that it's actually 5.18 volts. And the wire with black and white, is actually the positive one. So you may say, hey, will that work? Will that work? Well, it depends. It depends. In this case, it actually works. And there is no general rule tell you whether it will work or not. You have to try it, okay? So, unfortunately, you have to try it. But anyway, I already done this before, so I know it will work. Like I said, you better find one that's as close as possible. And still, though, even the voltage is exactly the same. It doesn't mean that it will definitely work. That's the opposite side of it. So you have to try. But usually, I like to do is I will try to use electrical tape and tape the 2 terminals onto them, and then try to see if it works before I actually solder them onto it, if you can do that, okay? I'm not going to do that today, but you get the point. So use some electrical tape onto them and see what happens. So because I know it works, so what should I do next? Well, remember there is a cover here, right? What I want to do is I want to slide my wire into it, and then I can still close the cover. So what that means is you need to drill a hole over here. And again, I already done this one a while ago. So you need a drill, okay, and some drill bit, of course. I don't even know where I put them. Okay, so here they are. So you need a drill and a drill bit. And again, I already did this, so I don't need to do it again. And you know how to do that, don't you? Okay, put a drill bit onto it and just drill it. The size of the holes would depend on how big the wire is, so you can make that judgment yourself. After that, you want to slide the wire into it. And sometimes you may have to do it one at a time. It shouldn't be too difficult, right? Okay, good. And my 2 wires are not the same length, but that's okay. And then you want to tie a knot into it. Now, the purpose of doing that is that if you accidentally pull the wire from outside, you will not pull the solder out, okay, because the knot will prevent that from happening. And now, let's solder the wire onto it. I already know, like I said, the black and white stripe is the positive, and then the white wire is the negative. So typically on the negative side, I will just slide into it. I'll just slide on the other side, it will be easier. And then I can make a knot, right? And I have my soldering device up here. I have a solder iron that I already heat up, and I have some solder. Of course, I don't even need to do it because there's so much on it still. So I'm just going to solder onto it. Have a good connection of that. So that is the negative side. Usually is easier. The positive side, there's nothing to hold on to it. I usually like to do is that I will put some solder onto the soldering iron, and then I'm going to put my wire down and solder it onto it. And hold on to it for several seconds until it cools down, and we're pretty much good to go. So after that, I am just going to close the battery compartment. I may not tie the knot at the best position, so sometimes you have to adjust that. Okay, and I'll turn it on. Again. Okay, so now let's try to see whether it works or not. I'm going to flip it. And remember, there's no battery inside. I am going to plug it in. Alright, again I'm going to activate it. And then going to put the tool onto it and see. Okay, 17.2 versus 17. That's probably close enough. So that's how to do it. Remember though, the AC adapters have a much higher voltage than it is designed for. So in this case, I actually do not want to leave it plugged all the time. You see I have a band that say unplug. And for this type of equipment, it's actually totally okay, I would assume. So, you know, that's how to do it. And my recommendation is that typically don't want to make it as a permanent installations if your voltage is a lot different from what it's supposed to be. You know, as you can see, it's 3 volts versus 5. Does it work? Definitely, but I want to unplug it all the time. So that's why I put a reminder for my family. And so far, they have done perfectly. And they would rather do it this way compared to having battery all the time, out of battery all the time. Okay, so keep that in mind. Unplug it when you don't use it. If you want to make it as a permanent installation, I actually have some. Make sure the voltage is so close, I would say within 10% maybe. Otherwise, it may get into issue like burn your equipment or even burn down your house. Okay, so don't do that. And I definitely will not be responsible for those type of unfortunate events. You do it at your own risk, but just do it as a temporary solution. Plug it when you use it, unplug it when you don't need. I feel totally fine, and I have been using this one for many years already. So this is how to convert a battery power equipment into AC power. If you think this video is helpful for you, please make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you very much for your watching. Bye bye.